wants to, I don't know what the term is, but it wants to make her look awkward. So if we could just get her brought in just a little, work on that feet placement just a bit, get a little more experience, and you guys are going to be all right, okay? So nice job by you two. Let's congratulate these two as they exit the ring.
Class 3 of beginners, Mason Bowdy and Victoria Coors will be coming back when we pick our champion beginner. We are ready for Class 4 beginners. Grant Biltz, Claire Grody, and Abigail Comer. And we should have Class 5 beginners in the makeup ring. Levi Biltz, Garrett Scudder, Kenny Jones, and Kirsten Kruzman.
Give these three a round of applause, please. Again, it's just so nice to see young people come out here, get after it, enjoy what they're doing, and when you've been in this business this long, it is nice to see that the future is still here, and there will be young people here in the future to keep going on with this. Young lady that's moving her heifer right here in the middle, we'll bring you back for the drive, so why don't you go ahead and you can take her out there and get her a drink or whatever it is that you might need to do. These two young people, again, guys, I I'm trying to help a little bit with what I see, okay? And I can't see things. That's the other thing. I can't see what happened this morning. I can't see what happened 2 months ago. I can't see what leads up to it. All I can see is what I can see right here. Young lady, you're a lot of fun to work with. I gave her just a little bit of heck, and she was ready to roll with it, and I enjoy that. I don't know if you know this, but I teach high school, and so I can get a feel for that. And this young lady, I'll bet she's a fun student to have in class as well. Young lady, you do a nice job. We've just got to get you a little more experience, okay? We've got to get you in the ring and the ring awareness a bit more. One other thing that I would suggest, make sure that show holder fits right, okay? We need it tightened up just a little. And where you've got all that strap gathered up, in my opinion, I like it to come down. Again, if you need those two hands, you can get that second hand on there, okay? Especially with being your size, okay? If it hangs down to your feet, cut the end of that thing off, okay? And so that would be one of the things I would suggest, and maybe get cows on your shirt instead of horses. That's not a reason at all, okay? I just have to pick on you. But you do a very nice job, and you just keep it up. Young man, this steer just wants to waylay you and just take you out of this thing. And so I appreciate the way you keep working hard. Appreciate the way you keep going at it. Again, if we could fit that show holder just a bit better, that may help you with him, control him just a little more, okay? When you get bigger, you get in this ring a little more, you get more familiar with these animals. Just keep right going at it because you do a nice job, and I can tell you enjoy it, and just keep it right up. We'll get you some more experience, okay? All right. Congratulate these two as they come out.
Coming back from Class 4 beginner showmanship will be Claire Grody. We are now ready for Class 5 beginners. Levi Biltz, Garrett Scudder, Kinley Jones, and Kirsten Kruzman. So after this class, we need our beginners that got pulled back. So we will need Mason Bowden, Victoria Kors, and Claire Grody. Class 5, all beginners, 3rd to 5th grade in the ring. Levi Beth, Scarlett Scudder, Kinley Jones, and Kirsten Kruzman. After our judge picks who's coming back in this class, we'll be showing for our champion beginner showman. So Claire Grody, Victoria Coors, and Mason Bowden, please be ready to come back into the ring. As somebody who's done this for a long time, Andy is doing a fantastic job with the kids. Any parents that aren't happy with him and wants to keep his family here, they do have a bull out here in a trailer that could, you could probably just go let him go if you're really unhappy with him. So. Calling our beginner showman. After I pick our champion for that, we'll be moving on to Class 6 and Intermediate, which are our 6th to 8th graders. In Class 6, we'll have Lulu Webb, Brandon Schutte, Isabella Scudder, Macy Comer, and Evan Seeker.
Again, help me give this heat a round of applause and congratulations. Lady back here, you're coming back, okay? So if you want to take her out there, keep her close, okay? Take her out there, get her a drink, and get her ready to come back in, okay? Young lady right here, you do a nice job. You come in, and I can tell you like it. You work with your animal. He works pretty well with you, so I appreciate that about you and your animal, and just the way you two work together. She, I guess I should say, that you two work together. We just need to get you again, just get you some more experience in the ring, okay, and ring awareness and things like that. Let's get that head jacked up there just a little more, okay? Let's stand back just a bit and get that stick to where you're a little more comfortable working that stick, okay? There you go. Head up just a little more. Head up just a little more. Relax that arm just a little more. Your show stick arm. Relax it just a little bit and keep those feet placed right, and you'll be right there, okay? Just keep right going at it, okay? Young man, this is his first time in the ring tonight, and he does a nice job. Wish he could have come in here earlier, but that's just the way that goes. He does a nice job. Again, feet placement just a bit when he came in. Let's make sure we get that show holder fit a little better, get it a little tighter up there on that nose, okay? And so again, get that ring awareness just a bit. I see you've got that brought up there, that leather strap. If we have to, guys, I know these things cost so much money. Believe me, I bought a lot of them. Cut the end of that thing off, okay? Good job on doing that as well. Young man up front, a couple things that he does a nice job. Good young man to work with and comes out here with some confidence and still works well with him for the most part. And so I enjoy watching that about him, and I can just tell that he'll be a good man in this livestock industry. One thing that I think I suggested earlier, and I want to suggest again, drop all of that extra leather and just hold on to that chain right there, okay? You have no less control of him with just that chain than you do with all of that bunched up in your hand, okay? That leather strap is right there exactly where it needs to be, and so let's just do that and leave it right there next time, okay? You guys, all of you do a nice job. I have enjoyed working with you this evening, and you guys keep it up and keep right on going, okay? Help me congratulate them as they walk out of the ring.
Show for our champion and reserve beginning showman. So we have a Class 3, we need Mason Bowdy and Victoria Coors. Class 4, Claire Grody, and Class 5, Kirsten Kruzman. Once again, these kids are aged from 3rd to 5th grade. Next up will be our intermediate, our 6th to 8th graders. Lulu Webb, Venus Schutte, Isabella Scudder, Macy Kilmer, Evan Siebert. In Class 7, Kason Badel, Grady Harrison, Lane Scudder, Ella Stewart, and Zeke Dillon.
Let me congratulate these finalists, please. Let me talk to these young people just a bit, and then we'll show you who we like. And this young lady hits a ring, and there is one thing you know. You don't have to know what she's showing. You don't have to know what color it is. You don't have to know anything. But when she walks in this ring, you know she is ready. She has got her game face on, ready, and I like it. She comes in and she flat means business, and she does a very nice job. She gets around this ring. She knows where she's supposed to go. She knows what she's supposed to do. She does a very, very nice job, and I appreciate that about this young lady. I'll leave it alone. I like it. Keep going. Young man, you and this heifer work together so well. You do such a nice job. You know where she needs to be. She knows where you need to be. It all works. It all clicks. She's really cool. You make her look really cool as well. You do a nice job. If I can nitpick you just a hair bit, okay, and I talked to you just a minute, and I want to tell you a couple of things. One, I like the hat. And the other thing, I used to show like this as well, okay? If I can get you to, personal preference, okay? Personal preference, if I can get you to bend that arm, there you go. okay, in my opinion, okay? But you do a very, very nice job. Young lady, you do a very nice job as well. You've got game face on. You know where she's supposed to be. You know she's a little bit of trouble, and you know how to get her out of that trouble, okay? So you do that. You do a nice job. To be a little nitpicky on you, let's just work on some of that feet placement as well, okay? Young lady back here in the back, she's back here getting after it, working hard. That heifer is just really giving her what for, but she keeps getting after it, and she knows where she needs to be, and I appreciate that about her. She does a nice job with that stick. She does a nice job working those feet, and so all of these young people do a very, very nice job at this young age. Here's what we're going to do. Allie's going to go congratulate the second place showman first. She's going to congratulate the second place showman, and then we'll show you who's going to be your champion junior. Congratulations, young lady, again. Keep the game face up. Keep working hard. You're doing a nice job. Go ahead. Champion beginner showman was Mason Bowden, and reserve Victoria Coors. We are now ready for Class 6 intermediate showman. We have Lily Webb, Brenner Shooty, Isabella Scudder, Macy Comer, and Evan Sealer. The Class 7 intermediate showmen to the makeup ring, Kason Badel, Grady Harrison, Wayne Scudder, Ella Stewart, and Zeke Dillon. Oh, if he wants to. Mason, you have the option to come into this class if you would like to, and move up in Class 8. I'm sorry, Class 7, technically. Right? Class 8. So Mason can move up to the next level if he wishes to. Class 6 intermediate showman in the room. We have 3 classes of intermediates. We have 3 classes of senior showmanship, and we are expert.
Once again, the champion reserve and the expert will represent the beef breed in the Thomas Wayne Showmanship contest.
Young man, why don't you go ahead and take your steer out there, get him a drink, get him cooled down. You're going to come back here in just a minute, okay? Congratulations. Again, I'm not throwing rocks. I just want to try to help things just a bit from what I see, from what I know. And let me say this. This young lady out here, she's won showmanship contests that she shouldn't have, and she's lost some that she absolutely should have. Or she's won some she shouldn't have, lost some that she shouldn't have. Let's put it that way. So I get it, and it's one person's opinion. And again, I'm not trying to throw rocks. I'm just trying to help and show you what I see. Okay, young lady, she comes in and we talk about game face. Game face is on, and I like it, and she's ready to go. She might be just a touch intense. Okay, a touch too intense. Where we can get that, we can get over that. She does a nice job. You do a nice job. I'll tell you, in showmanship, it would be easier for you with a larger animal. Okay, that's just one of those things. When it gets a little nitpicky, a larger animal will help you with that. Let's work on some feet placement just a bit. You brought her in one time. She set up really, really nice by herself. But when she doesn't do that, we need to just work on that feet placement just a bit. Young lady, you do a nice job. First time in the ring tonight. So I've been waiting around all day and all night. So I appreciate you sticking around for showmanship and coming in here. You do a nice job, calm, cool, collected, and I like that. Your steer works with you fairly well, and so you do a nice job. Again, we need to work on some of that feet placement. Make sure we get this front foot back just a bit, and that back foot not quite so far back. Again, another thing on presentation, I talked about it a couple times tonight, that show holder. Let's get that show holder up on that nose just a little more, and that will help control, that'll help that calf be more comfortable, and again, it will help the look of that animal as well if we get that up there. This young lady, she's had them giving her heck all night tonight, and she keeps coming after it and keeps working hard and says she's learning learned a lot because she showed bottle babies last year, and this year we don't have a bottle baby. So she's learning a few things. So just keep learning, just keep working hard, just keep working with those animals, keep coming back. You'll be there and be a nice showman. Young man back here, you do a nice job as well. You come in, you like what you're doing, you do a nice job. Again, some feet placement things, some ring awareness things, just a little more experience. I will tell you the one thing that he said, I said, what'd you learn tonight? He said, I learned how to put the show holder on there right. You see the show holder on this heifer? Bingo. I like it. Nice job. Congratulations, young people. Keep working hard. Good luck the rest of the week here. Give them a round of applause as they exit, please. All right, so coming back from Class 6 Intermediate Showman will be Bruno Schuh. Next in the year will be our Class 7 Intermediate Showman. Jason Badel, Grady Harrison, Wayne Scudder, Ella Stewart, and Zeke Dillon. In the makeup ring, we'll meet our Class 8 Intermediate Showman, Marvin Maurer, Bailey Harrison, Reagan Jones, Peyton Coors, and if Mason Bowdy wishes to return, he has that option. just take her right on out. She's ready to go. She knows you're coming back. Then lady right here, get that big steer out of here. Congratulate those two for coming back. Help me congratulate these three that are still in here again. And again, I want to try to help with just a few things. And the young man right here, I commend you a lot. I said, "What'd you learn tonight?" And he said, "I learned to drop all that leather there on my halter." He's only got one strap right there. He's got the chain right there in his hand. And so I appreciate that about it. He comes out, he's calm, cool, he's collected, he does a nice job. Just a few things from me in showmanship when we get to this level. Just a little the way you stand on that animal and come off of him just a bit to the side, just a bit more instead of in front. Let's work that stick slower and smoother, okay? You do a nice job with it. Again, you're calm, cool. Just prove it by working that stick just a little slower. Just make sure he's in the right position where he needs to be. You keep it right up and you keep doing a good job and you learn something, and I like it. I appreciate that very much. The young man right here in second, he comes in, does a nice job. His first time tonight, so I appreciate him waiting around here tonight to get in here, and again, he does a nice job. Just a couple things to help for maybe later on this week. Let's make sure we get that show holder placed right. Let's make sure we get it fit right and get it up there on that head a bit. One other thing that I haven't mentioned yet tonight as well, when we get into these larger young people, we've got to watch that stick as well and make sure that stick fits them right. Make sure it's long enough. We definitely don't want to wait too long, but we want to make sure it's long enough too. So that's one thing that I would suggest for you maybe on this. And again, just ring awareness and where you need to be and where you need to place him in those feet. But you do a nice job. You can tell you enjoy it, and again, I commend you on waiting around here tonight. Another young man that waited around here tonight brought us this park steer, and so that's a little different for most show steers, right? So I commend you on that and being proud of that and being proud of a park steer and bringing him out here. And again, you do a nice job. Where you have him placed right now, very good, okay? So I enjoy that about you. Again, like I said all night, drop that extra leather. All you need is that chain and the rest of the leather to drop down there, okay? And again, just another thing, again, a nitpicky thing, make sure that show holder's fit on there right. Make sure it's up there on that nose just a bit. You guys do a nice job. Again, I commend you for coming back out here. Good luck later in the week. Help me congratulate them as they exit the ring.
Coming back from Class 7, intermediate showman will be Grady Harrison and Ellis Stewart. We are now ready for Class 8, intermediate showman. Marvin Mauer, Roy Harrison, Reagan Jones, Peyton Coors, and I don't know if Mason Body's coming back or not. Over. Yes, he is coming. So Mason was the winner. Robert Showman was able to move up into the intermediate. This is our last class of intermediate. We will be bringing back the kids that judges selected from the other classes to pick our champion intermediate and reserve champion intermediate showman. Our Class 9 senior showman, which will be our 9th to 12th graders. Class 9 needs to be getting ready. Hudson Muckerhide, Sam Caffey, Haley Stewart, and Brody Badel. Class 8 intermediate showmen, Marlon Mallow, Bailey Harrison, Reagan Jones, Peyton Coors, and Mason Bowden. After our judge makes his selection, we will need from Class 6, Leonard Schutte, and from Class 7, Grady Harrison and Ella Stewart.
Let me congratulate them real quick. Get her out of here. Young man moving up does a nice job, and I just appreciate what he does, and he does a very nice job. Young lady, you want to come back here in just a minute? Okay, get her out of here. She's ready to go. Young man, she just takes you out. She just took you out. You do a nice job. You haven't thumped on her. You haven't anything like, maybe you heard us talking about, you can't hit those heifers, but you've done a nice job. You've kept calm and cool. You've kept working her to do your best to get her to where she needs to be. I understand you know where she needs to be, and you do a nice job. She just wanted to take you out of this thing, okay? Keep working hard. Keep coming back. Keep doing a nice job. Young lady here, first time we've seen her tonight. She came in. She did a nice job. Just a couple of things with moving this little steer around. Just some of the things that you can tell she just needs a few more times in the ring. Get some more experience, a little more ring presence where you're at, where everybody else is at. Maybe some feet placement things just a bit as well. But you do a nice job. I appreciate you, again, sticking around, coming out here tonight. Good luck later this week. Keep at it and keep doing a nice job, okay? Young lady back here, you can tell she's really worked this heifer. She's really got, again, a nice hair coat on this heifer, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work to do that. But this heifer, again, young lady, she's just taking you out of this thing, and she doesn't want to let you do what you need to do. And it's just so hard to read when I have some of those that do. And so you did a nice job when you came in class, and I appreciate that. And just one of those things. Keep trying, keep coming back, and keep doing a nice job. Again, let me congratulate them on their way out.
All right, coming back from our Class 8 intermediate showmen will be Mason Dowdy and Reagan Jones. So we are ready for our champion intermediate showman. From Class 6, Brenner Shooting. From Class 7, Grady Harrison and Ella Stewart. And from Class 8, Reagan Jones and Mason Bowden. So we need to have our Class 9 senior showmanship. And people from grades 9 to 12. Hudson Muckerhide, Sam Caffey, Haley Stewart, Brody Badel. Lead them to the makeup ring. In Class 10, Tessa Moeller, Hannah Fuel, Grace Nobby, and Adeline Kruzman.
thanks off a microphone for me for what Allie and I are discussing. I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy you guys letting me bring her out here and just work these things. And I know your daughter's judging one here coming up, and I hope she can do that as well. I hope she judges a whole lot more shows than I ever got to, and so just if I can help her do that, and she sees some things that I don't, and she just said, you get on to me for that. So one of those things. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate you guys letting her come out here, and she'll work those two just a minute. So if you two over there, if you guys want to pay attention to her, we've got the heat over here, and so I just want to help these three over here, and then we'll dismiss them just a bit. Young lady, you do a nice job. My guess is you're one of the younger ones in here. Okay, you do a nice job. Your heifer, once you got her settled in here, she's good to go. You got her calm, you got her cool, you got her collected, and you do a nice job. Again, just a couple things, ring presence, ring placement, and just watch where you're going. You watch me quite a bit. Maybe just a touch too much, okay? Make sure you know where you're at, okay, before you worry about me, okay? So if I can help you do that, but again, you do a nice job. Young lady, you do a nice job. You've got this steer where it needs to be for the most part. I'll just go right into it. We've got to work on some of those front feet placement just a bit on this guy, because if you get those front feet wrong, he wants to drop in that and get that shoulder a little larger than maybe what it needs to be. So now we're getting down into that nitpicky thing. And again, these are not placed in any order because, young lady, you're right up in the heat with these guys as well. One other thing, when he wants to be sluggish, just fight yourself not to just drag him. Okay, I know, they get old. It gets so irritating when they don't want to move. Just fight yourself not to just drag him, okay? And just keep that head up, keep working, and keep doing a nice job. You do a nice job. You're right in the heat of this. I'm going to just flat be honest, okay? You're right in the heat of this. Young man, you do a nice job as well. You came in, again, your first time. I like first impressions. You came in, gave me a good first impression. You know what you're doing. You're here for business, and I like that, okay? A couple things that I'd like to help you with when you get this steer back in the ring here later on this week, make sure we get that show halter pulled up there a little better, because that will make his head and his neck look better, okay? It'll make him have more presence and just make him flow a lot better if you get that show halter fit up. Again, we're getting to some nitpicky things when we have to get into this level. A couple other things, you want to get him stressed out just a bit. If I can get you to narrow him up just a bit, might help that top line on this steer, might help that shoulder in this steer, okay? Work on that before you get back in here on Monday, okay? Work on that tomorrow, making sure that you know where those feet need to be placed, have somebody look at him, and just get him ready to roll for Monday, okay? Congratulations to you three. We'll go ahead and dismiss these three, and hopefully she won't take off out of the gate, but we'll do that so these three can go back and come back here and watch this senior deal. Let's give this a whirl.
You guys seen that I worked these two as hard as I possibly could. These two are two very impressive young men, and I've had the privilege to show in Showmanship multiple times. And I know this isn't even the end. We aren't even to the oldest ones, but these two really hit me hard and have really impressed me. I worked these two as hard as I've ever been worked in a Showmanship class. I'm going to start out with this young man. He is amazing. Ring presence, awesome. Knows where I am at all times. has that arm bent just the way me and Dad like, and just the way that Dad has drilled it into my head. Show stick movement, perfect. Goes at the speed that you like to see, that calm stick. Always has that heifer set up, loined. Has her tail head where it needs to be, if that is, moving it down, whatever that he needs to have it done. My only thing with him is when I came around his front, he had to stick that show stick out the gate. That's all. You just had to stick that show stick out the gate because you didn't leave yourself enough room for me to come right here where I kept going. Boy, in the cowboy hat, you have done an amazing job since you first walked in. I think you were from one of the youngest, weren't you? You locked eyes with me and Dad right at that backdrop. And that is something that I've been drilled and that I love to do because holy crap, it's scary. It is, you're like a sniper, dude. You're crazy. So I'm going to use him to win it. You do amazing. You do amazing. And you'll be reserved.
Champion intermediate showman was Mason Bowley. Mason moved up for the beginners. Pretty impressive. And reserve was Grady Harrison. Both boys did a heck of a job showing. We are now ready for our Class 9 senior showmanship. These kids range from 9th to 12th grade. We have Hudson Muckerhide, Sam Caffey, Haley Stewart, and Brody Badel. In Class 10, the makeup ring, Tessa Moore, Hannah Fuel, Grace Snobby, Adeline Kruzman.
Yes. What class? That went to 11?
Mason Bowdy, you can come back into Class 11 senior if you want to continue sniping, as she said. Once again, congratulations to Mason Bowdy and Grady Harrison, our champion reserve intermediate showman. So we have our first class of seniors in the room.
I'll see you here in just a minute. Go ahead and head him out there, get him a drink. Congratulate him, young lady. You're coming back to you here in just a few minutes, okay? The other two here in the ring, you guys do a nice job. I can tell you, you have been here, you enjoy it, you know what you're doing. I wish you luck later on this week. Just a couple things, young man. Again, let's not drag her, okay? When she wants to get slow on you and sluggish on you, let's not drag her. Let's just try to keep her head up and just try to keep inching her along, okay? One other thing, as large as you are, okay, and as strong as you are, one other thing that maybe messed you up just a bit was when you had that strap across there, and it would mess with your stick just a little, okay? Maybe tomorrow or something, work on that just a bit. Maybe just lead with that one hand for a little bit. She wasn't being unruly or anything like that. She just wanted to drag a little bit. So I think that'll help make you a little more comfortable if you don't have both hands to worry about, okay? Work on that feet placement just a little bit. You can see we've got her spread out just a bit. It wants to drop her in that top just a bit, okay? You see right behind her shoulders? I think if we get those back just a bit, that'll help strengthen her up there a little bit, okay? I have to get nitpicky because that's where I'm at. But you do a nice job. Young man, you do a nice job as well. You come in again, calm, cool, collected, nice to work with. I appreciate that. We just need to work on a little bit of feet placement on him just a bit. Let's make sure we get that show halter fit up there just a bit because, again, like I told the last young man, that'll help that. That'll help that head and neck look a little better. But you keep working, keep coming at it, keep doing a nice job. I appreciate working with you guys. Let's congratulate them as they exit the ring.
Congratulations to Sam Cappy and Haley Stewart. They'll be coming back in our senior division. We are now ready for Class 10 seniors. Tessa Mueller, Hannah Fuel, Grace Nobby, Madeline Kruzman. We need our Class 11 to the makeup room. Grace Shooting, Jessie Biltz, Macy Kinker, and Mason Bowdy. After the conclusion of our seniors, we'll have our expert showmen, Leah Bowdy, Reagan Harrison, and the winner of our senior showmanship will be eligible to participate in expert. And the champion in reserve from that will represent the beef breed in the Tom Swain Showmanship Contest Tuesday night at 6:30. If you want to see the best of the best of showmen in Crater County, come back out Tuesday evening. Once again, Monday, if you come to the beef show, the cattlemen will be selling ribeyes, one day only.
me congratulate this group, if you would. And lady, take your dairy steer out there and bring him back here in just a little bit. Get her out there and bring her back here in just a minute. Young lady, you do a nice job. You are so great to work with. I would enjoy having you as a student, I know. Just because the way you conduct yourself, the way you come in, and the way you get down to business, and you do a nice job. Okay, just again, a couple things when we're getting to this level, just some ring presence things and some ring awareness things, and keeping that head where it needs to be when you're on the move, when you're on the stand. Right now, you've got her parked very well. Okay, you've done a nice job. Again, we need to get nitpicky just a little more on those feet, but you do a nice job. You just keep coming back. You keep being a nice young lady, and you'll be just fine, okay? Just keep right on coming back. Young lady, she said, I came around the other steer, and she said, I just want to tell you something, and I knew what she was going to tell me, but I appreciate that because I don't like being kicked. I don't like it at all, so I appreciate that very much. This steer just wants to take you out. I don't know if this is his first time in the ring ever, and if it is, hey, you've got him in the ring, and you'll get him out of here, and that's already taken care of. And believe me, it's not a great thing to have him first time in showmanship. That just what happens, okay? But just keep working with him this week. Keep getting him in here a little until Monday, okay? One other thing on Monday, if I can tell you, once you get him to go where you want him to go, one thing, and again, it's nitpicky, and I used to do it, and I had to break myself of it. When you get that stick clear out here and Statue of Liberty, that thing, that takes away from just a little. Keep that stick in here just a bit when you're taking him on the stroll, okay? Again, the other thing, drop that leather in that strap, get it down there, and just keep right on going with him. You'll get him settled down this week. You'll be all right later on, okay? You keep doing a nice job, and you guys will be fine. Congratulate these two young ladies.
Congratulations to Avalon Cruzman and Hema Fuel. They'll be coming back for the finals of our senior showmanship. We are now ready for class number 11. Our last class of seniors: Grace Shooting, Jesse Biltz, Macy Kinker, and Mason Bowdy. For our senior showman, we should have Sam Kathy, Haley Stewart, Ian Fuel, and Adeline Cruzman in the makeup room.
Don't stop her, just take her out. You haven't heard this yet tonight, get out of here. Two young ladies left here in the ring working very hard, and I appreciate them. Great young ladies to work with. All of these young people have been a pleasure to work with. This young lady up front, I'll bet you're a great student, aren't you? Yeah, she is. You can tell. She's a great student. She's a good showman as well. She's just kind of heifer that wants to give her heck, okay? She just does not want to work with her very well, and so just one of those things that take you out of that. And again, some more experience and things will help some of those things come out and work a little bit better. The next young lady, again, a pleasure to work with. Young lady that I've talked about it several times tonight, and you came in with that halter, that leather strap, all of it up in your hand, okay? That's one of those things, one of those first impression things that we need to drop that. It needs to be just like it is right now, okay? Again, you do a nice job. You're calm, cool, collected. You're still, for the most part, works with you very well. You work with him very well. We just need to work on some feet placement things on him just to get you up to that upper tier here this evening. But help me congratulate these two young ladies. Say exit.
Returning for our senior showmanship final will be Grace Shooty and Mason Bowdy from Class 11. So our senior showmanship will have Sam Cathy, Haley Stewart, Ian Fuel, Adeline Cruzman, Grace Shooty, and Mason Bowdy. This will be for our champion senior showman. And the winner of this will be able to move on to the expert showmanship, joining Leah Bowdy and Reagan Harrison. So for our champion senior showman, we'll have a champion, a senior, and reserve, and a third overall. Our expert showman, Leah Bowden and Reagan Harrison, should be in the makeup room.
We're supposed to pick a top three here in this division, and so she'll work these three just a bit over here, and I want to help these three over here because they made it here for a reason, because they do a nice job. I appreciate the job that they do. You know that they've done this before. You know they've been in here. You know they know where they're supposed to be. We're at this level. We're at this senior level. We just get some nitpicky things and some things that just separate some of the really top ones from those that may not just quite be there yet. And it's so hard to get to that level. Believe me, we've worked on it for, 18 years now to get to some of those levels. And so you don't always get the success you want in one of these showmanship things. And so it's just one of those things, and it's personal preference. Again, the young man, he does a nice job. Comes in calm, cool, collected. For the most part, his steer stood up there well. We just need to work on, when we get to this level, we need to work on some feet placement things, okay? You got that steer stretched out just a bit. We need to jam him up just a little, and that'll help in his top, just some of those things. Another thing, and I know, please don't crucify me for this, a nitpicky thing, but that show harness, it gets to be a thing, okay? It gets to be a ring presence thing, and the whole look when it comes together. Let's make sure we have that thing on, we have it fit, we have it right, and that's the way it should be. So we're clean, we're ready, we're professional, we're ready to go. Young lady with the Angus heifer, boy, she's acting like an Angus heifer, isn't she? This girl's show knows, and you don't know what it is. They're at home, they're absolutely fine. You get them to a show and they get rabid on you. I know, I get it. And here's one thing I will commend you on. Things got jammed up over here. You said, I'm not dealing with this, I'm going over here. I like it. I commend you on that quite a bit. Just one of those things. She took you out, and as you got a little more frustrated, sometimes that head went down. Sometimes just that movement just sorted that out in here, okay? But you do a nice job, and you just keep it right up. You just keep getting in here, keep getting some experience, that sort of thing. You know, I ask them, one of the things that I ask them, what about this animal? What else? What else? What else? What else? Her and I could have talked about all day, I think. She knows the calf. She gave me the whole feed ration just about, and maybe we need to meet up afterwards because I need some feeding advice. Just the way that she did that, I do this, I do that. She knows that, and she does a nice job in here as well. Again, it's some nitpicky things with just where you're at, how you move around. When you get to this level, it just gets really, really tough. But young lady, you just keep right on it because you're right in the heat of this thing, okay? Keep the smile, keep going. Let's congratulate these three as they exit the ring, and hopefully she won't try to go either. Now we're in the heat of this senior showmanship, and it's getting late in the day, and these three just keep right at going at it. We had a circus in here just a little bit ago, and things got wild, and I thought, man, how will this look when some of these better showmen, their animals just won't act right? And I get it, showmanship, they're supposed to act great and that sort of thing, but sometimes when you get to this level, there's some things that you understand they're not all going to act great all the time. It's one of those when they get stuck, what do you have them, and where do you have them, and those are some of those that sort their way to the top. Young lady up front, again, I'd like to have you for a student in class. You're just a pleasure to work with. Just very nice, very knowledgeable. You do a nice job. You get those, when she stops for you, you get those feet where they need to be. You know where you need to be. Even when she's thrashing and carrying on, you know where you need to be, and you do a very, very nice job. I like your stance. I like your stick work. I like the way you do things. You do a very nice job. Young lady here too as well with the market heifer. You do a nice job. You know where you're supposed to be. You know where she's supposed to be. You do a nice job getting yourself around this ring. Again, I like the stance. I like the stick work. Maybe not pound on that brisket just a bit. Maybe slow that down. Scratch her just a little bit. Again, that may be what works for her. Okay. Right now where we're standing, and she wanted to get that way just a bit, we've got to get those feet bunched under her just a bit. She wants to drop in that top just a bit if you get her stretched out, so that's one of those things. Keep those feet underneath her enough so she really keeps that top level and strong so that she can be your champion later on this week in the market heifer division. You do a nice job, young man. I don't know what else I can talk about you tonight. You've just done a nice job. You started out in the juniors. You've worked your way all the way up here. You're flat in the heat of this thing. She's got to be wore out. You're keeping her going. And that's one of those things. Prep at home, guys. Make sure these animals can stand. Make sure they can stand for a long time, because you get in the heat of one of these things, and that becomes very, very important. Help me congratulate these three. We're supposed to give you 3. Allie and I have discussed it. She'll go out and she'll give you the 3rd place. She'll congratulate the 3rd place winner first, and then she'll go to your 2nd, and then that'll obviously tell you who your 1st is. So, again, it's been a pleasure working with these 3 young people. Go right ahead, Allie. Let's show them who will be 3rd place here tonight in this senior showmanship.
Congratulations, Adeline Cruzman, 3rd. The reserve senior showman is Grace Shooting, and the champion is Mason Body. We may have to change his name to Chris Kyle, because he's still sniping tonight. So Mason can move into the expert showmanship, joining Leah Bowdy and Reagan Harrison.
You done? On know he's on a roll, man. So just keep going. Yeah. Him and that heifer work good together. I'm sure she's gassed. I'm sure he's gassed.
It looks like Mason has decided to call it quits for the night. So expert showman Leah Bowdy and Reagan Harrison will be representing the beef breed in the Thomas Wayne Showmanship Contest Tuesday night at 6:30. Once again, thanks Shooty Excavating for the new champion signs. Appreciate everybody coming out this evening.
Nine Monday day.
Nine, yes.
Make sure you come out Monday morning at 9 o'clock for the beef show. Once again, the cattlemen will be selling ribeyes. daughter, and Brandy, and his fiance, or his daughter Allie and his fiance Brandy, for coming down to Decatur County today and working with the kids. They've done an awesome job. So let's give them a round of applause, please.
Again, I do just appreciate being asked to come. We came down today. Usually it's up from where we're at, but appreciate being asked to come and do this. And man, you guys didn't make it easy. You just appreciate coming to a county that works at it, gets after it very hard, and I've seen quite a few showmen through this thing, and these two young ladies are as good as it gets. You go ahead and have them switch. These two young ladies are as good as it gets. It is absolutely splitting hairs on this. Just a very, very few minor things, and I can't knock these young ladies because I'd stick a heifer in their hands any day and say, hey, why don't you go get us a couple more spots than maybe what we deserve. A good showman can do that. You two, I'd send you out there with one and I'd say, hey, we need 2 more spots because we're probably in 7th and we really need to be in about 5th. Something like that, and you two could get it done. And so I just absolutely commend you, commend whoever helped train you. You two, I don't know who helped you along the way, probably 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 people, but you need to go back and you need to thank them this week, and you need to say, hey, I was flat in the heat of this thing, and I got the job done, and it's because you told me to this, or you told me to that, or things like that. So I honestly, I can nitpick, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. If you want to have a respectful conversation here in just a minute, I can do that, but I'm not going to nitpick because these two are very, very, very high-quality young ladies. They're very high-quality showmen, and I congratulate them for getting to where this is, and I know when you get to this spot, all you want to do is win it. And it's so hard to get there, and it's so hard to win it. But when you finally do, it's like, holy cow. But when you don't, it's like, man, I got to come back next year. So I have to give you a champion. I want to commend the young man that did not come back. I don't blame him one bit. That heifer was wore out. He'd been in here, I don't know how many hours listening to me talk. So I appreciate that. Congratulations to him. Again, good luck the rest of the week. Hope everything goes great. Hope the cattle show goes great. I want to thank these two for putting up with me, not only here, but they put up with me a lot, and so I want to thank those two, and again, want to thank everybody out here that does everything that they do. And again, I don't want to pick one versus the other, but young lady, I'm going to pick you to be the champion here tonight. Congratulations.